Hey fellas, so this isn't gonna be funny, this isn't gonna be clever, this is gonna be the truth, okay? This is the truth, and for all you twink faggots out there who, and liberated women, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Just look away, because you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like it. You're gonna hate it. And hopefully you'll think about it a little bit, okay? So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what free shit really means, okay? And free shit, as in Bernie Sanders 2016, or really any sort of Democrat endgame, because let's admit it, it doesn't matter whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. Your endgame is still gonna be complete and total control over the goyim, okay? The goyim masses, goyim like me, goyim like you, okay? So I think you should just think about it. Just think about what I'm going to say. And I just want you to think, what is free college, okay? What does free college mean? I'm just going to start off with, like, the easy shit to take down, okay? The easy shit that, like, even a 2-year-old could go, well, that doesn't make any sense. Fucking, I can't believe people are going to vote for that old lying faggot. And, starting off, free school. What free school means is not only are you going to have to go to high school anyway, not only are you going to have to, or not go to high school, not only are you going to have to graduate college anyway, but now you're going to have to take more college, because everybody's going to have a college degree. So what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that not only are you going to spend more time in college, but it's not going to mean anything. You're still going to get the shit job that you were going to get anyway. But now you're going to have less time to work. In overall, you're going to die, obviously. You're going to have less time to work. You're probably going to be sadder, because let's face it, education only leads to depression and cynicism, and usually nihilism. So if you want to kill yourself, just keep doing school. Another thing, why are we going to give free shit to anybody? Free shit doesn't exist. There's no such thing as free shit, buddy. There's no such thing as free shit. Maybe for you, because you're a Twinkie dude and you get to go and suck dicks for pay, that's kind of free. And you give AIDS as a tip or whatever. That's how you keep them coming back, because you're a jitterbug, if you know what I mean. And free shit just doesn't exist. When you say free shit, what I think of is people like you who want this free shit are like a rabid pack of retarded animals. And I really do mean rabid pack of retarded animals, because to me it's like you're coming with pitchforks, and instead of pitchforks you have guns. And instead of you, it's the government coming, and he's going to take my shekels, and he's going to invest them into idiots. Because what I don't understand is, the way capitalism works is the most deserving people, the people who earn what they get, because everybody gets exactly what they earn, it's just the way it is. You say this communism, ooh, guys, I feel so good because we're communists. Yeah, boy, USSR 24/7. You Shibuya, starve the Ukrainians. And what you're failing to realize is that this whole feely-wheely things, it always ends in collapse. You know why? Because when you start taxing people, if you don't slave those people, if you don't keep the people inside the government, like physically keep them in there, physically drive up their taxes, if you don't have complete control over the government, over the consumers, over the producers, the industry, if you don't have complete control, then your country will literally die. It will die, and it will not come back for decades. Decades. Because all the investors are gonna leave. They don't give a shit about your country. You look at Sweden, okay? I don't know what the fuck happened in Sweden, but I do remember some statistics. I don't know if they're true, okay? Because I read them on 4chan, and nothing on 4chan is true. But it makes me feel good to know it, okay? So look up my nose. I want you to inhale, okay? Inhale the breath of knowledge that I'm giving into you. And I want you to think, when you increase the amount of taxes, where do the people go? They go to other countries. But guess what? Guess what? The consumers don't disappear. The consumers don't disappear. So what do? What do? They shop outside the country. So what you get is, you're importing goods, and you're not exporting goods, because all the producers left. All the industry left. Because you taxed them. And now the government has to borrow a bunch of fucking money from everywhere else, and it can never pay it back, because the people, it's a cultural thing. These gives me that, these tra-la-la-la, fairy people, they want this shit, but they don't want to work for it. And I'm no different. I don't want to work. Fucking nobody wants to work. Who wants to work, dude? Who wants to fucking work? You want to work? You want to work? Work on these nuts. Alright, Twinkie fag? Voting Bernie? What a shame, dude. Literally, go to anywhere. Go to anywhere else on the fucking planet and do your communist bullshit, okay? This is US of A, baby, not USS of R, alright? It's a sad day when you look back at history and you think, what were these people doing? Like every time this shit has been tried, there's just been death. There's been totalitarianism. There's been authoritarian dictatorship, and that's another thing. Okay, democracy is inherently evil. It really is. And I know you're probably thinking, well, that's really un-American of you, buddy. But I'm sorry to tell you this, but unless your democracy is populated by libertarians, with people with egos, with people with pride, who don't take handouts, who would rather work for their money, who would rather work for themselves. They don't want to rely on people. They have confidence in themselves. If your democracy is not populated with those people, then your democracy is going to be a shithole. It's going to be what we have in the United States, where it's just a bunch of Mexicans and women voting for Gibbs-me-dats because they want to replace the father figure with the government, who will do the exact same thing but worse, except he won't judge you. You get to be a degenerate if the government raises you, but if your father raises you or your family raises you, you don't get to do stupid shit. So overall, the government's better for everybody because, there's nothing the government likes more than degenerates, which is convenient because, those single ladies, I'm talking to you single ladies out there, those single ladies, you used up wizard vaginas. I want you to think about this, okay? When you get a husband and he leaves you, what do you think that is? What do you think that is? Who's going to pay for your kid? Who's going to pay for your kid? Is it not your responsibility to have a family, to have like a trustworthy relationship before you have a kid? It's whatever, right? It's whatever. The government, Uncle Sam's got my back. But the thing is, you can't say you're an independent woman because you're not. You're not. Instead of you having a father or a husband to help you with your family, what you have is the government, which is everybody's father and everybody's husband being stolen from, and then mercenaries coming to raise your children. That's what it is. You're letting mercenaries raise your children, you stupid goyim. And what are your kids gonna do? Imagine you have a daughter, okay? What's your daughter gonna think when she finds out about this? She's not gonna think shit because retardation is genetic. But assuming that it was like a recessive gene and you had a white son or something, or had a white ancestor, assuming he was smart, or she was smart, what would she think of you, huh? You bring this person into the world. And you don't even have the monetary facilities to support this person. You don't even have the facilities to support yourself. You're not physically or mentally mature enough to raise a family. But you brought this kid into the world because free shit, my nigga. Free shit. Yeah, boy. Free shit. It's time we get back at the system. Yeah, boy. We was kings and shit. And now we getting back at the white boy. The eternal cracker. But I just want to break it down for you, okay, buddy? I'm just going to break it down to you. So listen close, alright? Everybody gets one. Because I'm Spider-Man. But seriously, if you really think that free shit's going to save you from being an idiot, a lazy faggot who can't do shit for himself, who can't even compete in the fucking in the capitalistic market, then what do you think? You think Bernie's just gonna snap his fingers? The president can't just make laws, you stupid. But he can try. He can make changes to the amendments, which is what's been done, by the way. It's what's been done, and the Republicans are the only ones who've been stopping it, except in those times when it's the Republicans' plan, like the NDAA. Then it's okay. The government gets more power. Yeah, man, let's go. Because that's the thing. It's like, at the end of the day, the Republicans and the Democrats, they want the same shit. They want you to be stolen from. They want your taxes. They want your kids. Because, somebody's got to fight the wars. Somebody's got to do it. Muslims got to die. And I don't disagree with that. Muslims are fucked up people. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? What stops the government from making another arbitrary rule? You know, right now they're taxing the rich at a huge amount, a disproportionate amount to the poor. And I'm not getting fucked because I'm poor. Rich are getting fucked, but they don't really care because they're rich. There's not enough rich people to unionize against that, right? There's not enough rich people because, in this country, if there's enough people who use the government to give themselves money, then who's to say that the even poorer than you, like what you are right now, if you're watching this, you're richer than probably 80% of the planet. And just because you have YouTube, just because you have a phone or a computer, you're watching this, you're already a fucking rich guy. You're a fucking billionaire compared to the other people. You're the bee's knees. You got food on your plate. You got a nice porcelain pot to shit in. What are you complaining about? Why do you need more free shit? Why do you need more free shit? You already got free shit. You got life, baby. You got life. Go out and do you, okay? Just do you. Just be yourself, baby. Go out, get a job. If you want to work. If you don't want to work, go to fucking China. Go to fucking North Korea. They'll give you work. You get food. You get to do shit all day. And then you get to go home. You get to fuck your prepubescent 20-year-old who looks like she's 12. And then what? You just live like that the rest of your life. But soon you're going to discover, buddy. Soon you're going to discover it gets old. It gets old. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be building up savings. You're not going to be going anywhere. Because the government's going to have complete control. And no matter what you do, if you do miraculously go anywhere, it's going to be because either the government helped you do it, or it's going to be a short-term thing. Like, for instance, in the next 30 years, assuming we get a socialist president soon, assuming the Republicans don't go, aren't bought by the Democratic Party, which they are. That's why Trump's getting so much backlash, is because he's not a cuck who's bought. That's the only reason people are shitting on Trump, is because he's not bought by the people who own the Republican and the Democrat Party. So fucking juicy, looking juicy. So I just want you to think about that, okay? I just want you to think about that. Another thing, when you tell me something like, hey man, you wanna smoke some drugs? What do I think of you, huh? Yeah, this is fucking stupid. So when you vote Bernie, let's just say he is elected, okay? Let's just say he is elected. Right now, it's all good. It's all good, my nigga, shit. We got the money. We got the peso. Then what? What are you gonna do? In 20 years, you get a nice job, say, you defy your nature. Say you defy your nature. Then what? What happens? You get a job, plays well, you want to have a family. But then you realize that there's a bunch of stupid poor people who want your shit. And they're outside your house and they want your fucking money. They want your house. What are you going to do? You got to give them the house, right? You got to give them your house because they're poor. They're poor and everybody deserves something, right? And this is coming from a poor person, okay? See this? You think this is what rich people wear? You think this is a bourgeoisie bathroom? You think this is that? Look at this. Look at this. This is coming from a lazy person. You're listening to a lazy person telling you why lazy people are fucking scum. I don't even have the patience. I don't have the mental capacity to take out my fucking trash. You see that? Okay, so when you tell me that you want to gives me that, when you want the monies, what I tell you is why you earn it. Why did you deserve it? You don't. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. This is beyond natural selection. If people like you, who want the gives me that's, finally do get it, finally do get the gives me that's, then you do deserve it, okay? But at the end of the day, you're not going to have it for long, buddy. Because I promise you, no matter how much gives me that's you get, you will never be strong enough to survive the coming race war.